Welcome to CTV. I'm Lena Howland.
And I'm Dylan Thomas. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yesterday, 13,000 people attended President Obama's speech.
That's right. CTV was there all day covering both inside and outside of the event, and we both had a great experience covering it.
Where were you at the event? You were on the outside talking to everybody,
I was in line with everyone. The line went miles long, and everyone was just so excited, anticipating everything that President Obama had to say.
Yeah, definitely. I was inside the event, and everybody carried that excitement inside as well. It was fantastic. But before the speech happened, people of all walks of life were in line for the chance to receive a ticket to see President Obama speak on the campus of CSU. I was on the plaza Saturday to speak to a few of the people in line, including a group of Australian exchange students who were thrilled for this opportunity.
American politics as much as we do Australian. Like, the scale here is so much bigger than it is in Australia, and so it's cool to actually be experiencing it rather than watching on telly and like seeing young people get involved and seeing what they're talking about.
The Australians we spoke to say their family and friends at home were really jealous they were able to see the president. They say the fact that he is the first African-American president in the United States history makes this visit the cherry on top.
And yesterday I spoke with students in line for the actual speech. Expectations and anticipations were elevated as students waited for what President Obama had to say. Catching up with friends and registering to vote. These were a few things we caught students doing while waiting in line to see President Obama.
I'm really excited to see Obama. I was here in '08 when Obama came, and I'm just curious to see how it's going to work out in the tiny little quad with all these people.
Many students expect the president to speak about higher education.
A lot of us do have to pay for our school, and since interest rates are going up for CSU, I mean, everyone should care about it and should at least listen to what he's saying.
The excitement for President Obama's speech was evident throughout the crowd, and students expect his visit will likely have an impact on many voters.
Coming up on CTV, the weather was hot at President Obama's speech, and the crowd was responding. We talked to one person in the crowd who passed out.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
If you're looking for a new pet that you can cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy, loyal, fun, loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back. We're now joined by a Colorado State senior, one of CTV's own, Alethea Brown. Now, Alethea actually had an interesting experience at President Obama's campaign rally on Tuesday afternoon. Alethea, how long were you waiting in line?
I was only in line for about 45 minutes.
Okay, and how long in the bleachers?
In the bleachers, I was standing there for about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
So we hear you have a pretty interesting experience at President Obama's speech. What exactly happened during the speech?
Well, about 20 minutes into the speech, I started to feel a little hotter than I had been feeling. My ears kind of started to burn a little bit, and then I blacked out.
Oh, no. So what was going through your mind? Clearly you say you blacked out, but what was going through your mind prior to that? Were you thinking I might be like having some type of heat exhaustion?
I thought it might, maybe I was dehydrated or like a heat stroke perhaps. I started to not to be able to hear really well what he was saying, and then I started to get a little dizzy, and I was trying to sit down, but I couldn't really move that much. My knees were pretty much locked.
And did you get any water at the event?
We had water in the bleachers prior to the event, so about an hour into waiting, we had water, and then after that, we had to give back our water bottles that they had provided.
And they wouldn't let water bottles in the bleachers?
No, they wouldn't let anything in the bleachers. They said it was a security matter. Being behind the president, you couldn't have any water bottles or anything that could be thrown onto the stage.
So 2 quick questions. Now that that's happened, would you say it was worth it, everything you went through?
You know, I would actually. I think it was worth it. I had a great time. I was really excited to see the president speak. So I think it was worth it. Next time I'll just drink more water prior to the event for sure.
All right, so that might answer the next question. Would you say next time, if you get to see him again, you would do the same thing all over again?
Definitely. If it's that hot, I'll have more water for sure.
Fantastic.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you for coming on with us.
Definitely.
President Obama wasn't the only famous person on campus this past week. Movie stars John Cho and Cal Penn spoke to hundreds of students near the Student Center Lagoon Friday. They had time to give an exclusive interview, one you'll only see here on CTV. After I spoke to them, I also grabbed the opinion of a political science professor on campus about celebrity endorsements.
There are folks from every walk of life getting involved in this election, but just the fact that all these young people came out to hear a speech that was largely political shows that students on this campus are particularly interested in things like the Pell Grant loans. Most of the questions that we get when we're doing this are not about acting, they're about substantive things, which is refreshing.
You do participate and you go to see one of these celebrities or you read their comments. I hope that that would be the beginning step.
We're now joined by CTV political analyst Sean Corbett to discuss President Obama's speech yesterday. Sean?
What an amazing day for CSU, Colorado State. I mean, the first sitting president in our history, to visit our campus. So
it's very exciting.
He really hit on a lot of important points that I think he needed to hit on. Most of the students that I talked to throughout the week, he really, he talked exactly what they wanted him to talk about. So
definitely, Sean. So what was the most important issue that he talked about?
The economy is obviously important, but I think the biggest thing was getting out the college vote. And so he really hit hard on those a couple times, and I pulled a couple clips today just to show that.
The truth is, you guys have more at stake in this election than anybody. When you step into that voting booth, the choice you make in that instant will shape this country, the world, your lives for decades to come. Last week my opponent's campaign called you the lost generation. And they hope that by telling you these things that you'll get discouraged.
Ouch, right? I mean, he really hit the opponent hard with that one. The second thing he really talked about was equality, and that's one of the biggest issues, I think, in every campaign. He's the first sitting president ever to stand up for gay marriage and say that he supported it, and he actually said that on television.
Will this be an America where no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from, no matter who you love, no matter what your last name is, you can pursue your own happiness? You can make it if you try.
Fantastic that he hit those points, and it's a very brave and bold move on the part of a president to do something like that in election year when it's so close right now. And then finally he hit on healthcare, and that hits us all as students. We're all able to stay on our parents' health insurance plans until we're 20 and 6. Cal Penn and John Cho really touched on that with their video they came out with today, and we have a clip of that as well.
Or should we keep moving forward with the new healthcare law that's already cutting costs and covering more people and saving lives? Thank you. See, it gives me a cold just thinking about what they might do.
All right, well, Sean, thanks for joining us tonight. It was great to be able to catch up on everything the president hit on. And we're going to go ahead and make sure to get back with you in the future about more campaign stuff as the decision comes up.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us.
All right, and coming up on CTV, Kari Pills fills us in on what's going on weather-wise.
And how the Republicans reacted to Obama's visit to Fort Collins. Stay with us.
Solving real-world problems is a hallmark of research at Colorado State University. The Engines and Energy Conversion Lab at CSU is committed to meeting the global energy challenges of the 21st century. Developing countries use our clean-burning wood stoves, giving them safe and sustainable technology, helping to reduce indoor air pollution and improving the quality of lives. Colorado State University Research. Local discovery, global impact.
Welcome back to CTV. It was another hot day on campus today. We saw highs in the low 90s and staying that way for most of the day. It's just now starting to cool off down there, which means we'll remain in the upper 70s and we'll have some hot weather for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Tomorrow and Friday, highs will be in the low 90s with some cloud cover for parts of the day and only about a 20% chance for afternoon showers. Your Labor Day weekend is looking extremely hot. The Rocky Mountain Showdown is going to be toasty. Be sure to wear sunscreen and drink lots of water because it's going to hit the high 80s before noon. And by kickoff, it will be in the low 90s and stay that way throughout the afternoon. Sunday, we have a chance for afternoon thunderstorms starting at about 2 p.m. However, those will be isolated throughout the state and may only reach parts of northern Colorado. Monday, your day off, is looking sunny and hot. And again, we'll be seeing a chance of afternoon showers starting in the late afternoon. And although it's been hot and dry here in Colorado, Hurricane Isaac has been pounding the southern region of the states, hitting southeastern Louisiana hard and leaving thousands without power. However, this afternoon, Isaac did lose its hurricane status across the region, moving across the region at only 6 miles an hour. This slow-moving system is only considered a tropical storm now, and high winds will persist into tomorrow. Although there were waves of flooded streets and homes, there was no massive flooding, and officials say they have full confidence that the levees will hold. All right, thanks, Kari. That's great that they have finally downgraded that hurricane to a tropical storm. I know that was affecting a lot of people.
Yeah, we're just hoping people can gain their power back and kind of move on.
Definitely, and I heard that it was affecting the Republican National Convention as well.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us tonight, Kari.
All right, and after a rocky start to the Republican National Convention, it is now in full swing down in Florida. Tonight's main speaker is Republican Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan. Other notable speakers throughout the week include New Jersey's Governor Chris Christie and Ann Romney, who spoke yesterday, Speaker of the House John Boehner, and Condoleezza Rice. On Tuesday night, Mitt Romney was officially declared the Republican presidential candidate. He is set to address the convention tomorrow night.
Staying on the Republican Party beat, Mitt Romney sent some supporters to CSU on Tuesday to ensure his voice was on the campus even though he could not be. Romney supporters gathered outside of Hartshorn Health Center for a quick get-together. Although they say they were excited the president was on the campus of CSU, supporters thought Romney should come as well.
And thanks for tuning in to all of our special coverage of President Obama's visit to CSU over these past few days. It was a great experience for all of us here at CTV, and we hope you had just as much fun as we did.
Make sure to check on CTV11.com for all your news updates and our Twitter, CTV11. Have a great night, guys.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.